You said in that room of CEOs earlier this week was so fascinating to me because if I'm understanding it correctly, you see consolidation of large corporate power as potentially threatening to sort of Americans' liberty in a sense of, big corporations can have a social agenda that you don't agree with on whether that's vaccines or masks or Black Lives Matter issues. That's something that you see as potentially threatening to Americans. Can you explain that?
Yeah, look, go back to 2020. If you had a view on masks that was inconsistent with how big tech felt about masks, you weren't allowed to talk about it. If you had a view on vaccines, couldn't talk about it. If you thought that changing election laws in the middle of an election was unfair, you weren't allowed to talk about it. But it wasn't just big tech censorship. That was a huge problem. Consumers couldn't go into a store without having political messages pushed in their face. And I'm sitting in 2020 working in the Senate going, gosh, if companies feel like they can alienate half of their consumer base without suffering any real competitive consequences, we probably have a competition problem. But that's what I care about is competition. It's not the political messaging itself. That's not my job. My job is to protect Americans from the abuse of market power. And if market power makes it possible for companies to